Alrighty, hi guys. I'm back again with a great guest. You know the drill. We're gonna go on mute here for about 30 seconds to a minute for you guys to get here, and then we'll be right back. So I'll see you shortly. Alrighty, let's go ahead and kick off. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to DSS Break. I'm here live every Thursday to talk about data science experiences and best practices with leading data professionals in a 15-minute break. I'm Anna Annison, CEO and founder of Formulated by Home of the Data Science Salon, and I'm streaming live from our HQ here in the heart of Miami, right next to the Design District. And today I'm really excited to welcome Kyle Kirwan. He's the co-founder and CEO at Big Eye, which is a data reliability engineering platform that helps data teams build trust in data. Welcome, Kyle. I'm super happy to have you here with us today.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for having me on today. Nice to see everybody.
So I think to start, maybe you could tell me a little bit about your background. I know that you've been working in data space for over 10 years. And how did you get started? And how did you end up building your own company?
Yeah, great question. So I started working in data, about 10 years ago now. My first job was while I was in college. I was writing Hive scripts for a music startup in Florida called Groove Shark. Some people may remember that pre Spotify actually in the United States. Was doing some analytics for them when I was in school, and then I moved to San Francisco in 2013. And joined Uber's data team in early 2013, and was doing analytics for them. So things like LTV, payback periods, performance ad campaigns, ran some like real early, frankly crude A/B tests and things like that. And then was lucky enough to kind of stay close to data as Uber grew. And I was there until 2018. And I got to be a product manager on their data platform group, and I got to lead the development of some exciting internal tools there. Databook is sort of one of the most prominent ones that they've talked about publicly, which is their internal data catalog product, and then a bunch of other stuff around lineage, freshness, quality, some things around PII identification for GDPR, and a whole host of sort of metadata related things. So yeah, really exciting time to be in data right now, and started Big Eye with my co-founder Igor in 2019, and we worked together on the data platform there.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys must have a lot of insider information. So it's perfect to start your own thing. And what challenges do you think, do you see that some organizations face when it comes to unlocking the full potential of their data? And why does data reliability matter now?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think we're in, I call it kind of like this Renaissance period, or Cambrian explosion even, for data tools. And I think about how fast a team can stand up a platform these days. So we've got amazing infrastructure tools now. We've got Fivetran, Snowflake, Airflow, DBT, Confluent, Rockset. All these tools make it easier and easier for teams to stand up and run some, like, frankly, fairly sophisticated and high scale data platforms. Obviously night and day different from how it was 10 years ago. And so what that means is that, like, organizations are really hungry for data now. And I think, Uber was a great example where even early on, we were putting data directly into the way our application worked, or the way we, things that are user facing, customer facing. More and more data is being used as a direct resource inside the business, and it's used for a competitive advantage. And so what that means is, like, we've got better infrastructure than we've ever had, and we also have more demands on our data than we've ever had before. And so that means that the reliability of that data is now kind of front and center. The data has to be reliable, fresh, high quality, if we're going to use it in those sort of like mission critical business contexts. So I think those two changes are really what's driving a lot of the focus on reliability right now.
Right. No, that makes a ton of sense. And how are you guys helping data engineering teams address data reliability challenges with the platform you guys created at Big Eye from everything that you've learned?
Yeah. So one of the big challenges at Uber that we saw was like, okay, great, we're going to open up our data pipeline product. So basically, anybody in the company can go and start writing their own pipelines as long as you know SQL. And that was huge because it means that you get this crazy rate of iteration and sort of product building on top of the data platform. So any team could go and start building their own models, which is awesome. But what that means then is that they also need a sort of productized way to understand when those models and pipelines have problems. And at Uber, where we started to address that was with tests. So we had an internal test harness, and you could create, think like unit tests or integration tests, but for your data models. And we're seeing that also now in sort of the broader ecosystem, that there are frameworks for doing that, which is great. So the problem that we ran into there is that there are cases that are difficult to write tests for. It's hard to sort of think about the unknown unknowns that could go wrong in a data model. Data has a lot of dependencies inherent to it. So we have people that are upstream from us, product teams that are making changes to the way data is logged from services and products. We sometimes depend on other folks that have written models that are upstream from us. They may change their models. And so the sort of range of things that go wrong is quite expansive. And so what that led us to do at Uber is extend our testing capabilities with observability monitoring solutions as a second piece, which is great. You have some pipeline tests in place. You guys are trying to make sure that you don't have outages in your models and pipelines. Now the next step is let's go after all those unknown cases or cases that are difficult to write test conditions for. And let's take a monitoring approach to detecting those. And that means collecting statistics from data using anomaly detection techniques. A lot of the same things that have worked on sort of the software and infrastructure side of the house. Tools like Datadog is, I think, one of the names that gets used a lot when talking about these types of data monitoring products.
Right. No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing those problems and things that you're solving. And I know that you guys are going to be hosting DrakeCon, which stands for not Dr. Dre's conference, but it's Data Reliability Engineering Conference on December 7th. But a lot of people are actually, when we tell them about the conference, they're like, is that Dr. Dre's conference? I'm like, no, it's just a really cool.
I wish that'd be great.
Well, hey, maybe he will notice, You never know, but that's going to happen live virtually on December 7th. And that's going to be really all about data reliability standards and innovation. Could you tell us a little bit more about the event and kind of what we can expect and from the conversation that's going to happen there?
Yeah, so I'm really excited for the event. I think it's this talking about this sort of topic or this data reliability as like a function that gets attention within a data team, I think is long overdue. I mean, this exists as site reliability engineering as the counterpart that's been around for quite a while now on sort of the other side of the world in software. It's going to be a day of talks. There's going to be 2 tracks. We're lining up some really great speakers right now. You can see them if you go to the website, but we've got some exciting folks, both from sort of some data tools companies, some newer data tool vendors and companies on one side. And then on the other side, we've got a bunch of speakers from data teams, people that are in data engineering teams speaking as well about the practices and things that are working for them. So I'm really excited about the event. I think we're going to have a lot of really exciting content there. And that's on December 7th. And you can check out drecon.org to see the speakers, and we'll be posting a schedule soon.
Yeah, and we'll also share, I think one of our team members will share a link in the comment section as well. So guys, you should check that out. And I think, Kyle, the last thing I want to ask you, I know you said this is like a big time for all the data tools. And I think there's going to be a lot of consolidation happening in the space because now we have over like 500 different tools. So, which is really hard to kind of, I think it's just too much. So I think there's going to be a lot of consolidations happening. But what do you think is the next thing? We're going to see a lot more new tools. Or do you think there's going to be consolidations, or there's going to be a whole new wave of things that you see that are coming?
Yeah, I think that's right. I think the explosion that we're seeing right now is the best possible thing. It means that as practitioners, we're getting a wider range of options than we've ever had before. I think sort of the next natural step there is we start to see like, okay, great. These are the types of archetypal products or archetypal processes that are effective. They are working. They work for lots of different teams. Data engineers may be working on healthcare at one company, and then a few years later they may be working on like vehicle sales somewhere else, or they may be working on something that's related to fintech. The challenges are often similar, regardless of sort of the vertical that the company happens to be in. And so I think that what that means is we're in a great position to start seeing what types of patterns and tools work really well. And I think that we'll start to see those being carried from data engineering team to data engineering team, kind of like, again, what we see in software engineering as well, where we sort of coalesce around a couple of like core concepts and principles that help us operate efficiently in the work that we do. So I think that's coming down the road for data, but I think we're all really happy that there is this explosion of tools right now because it just gives us more options for solving these types of problems. So it's a really exciting time.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you. And it's definitely very exciting. And also, I think for a lot of people, it's hard to choose the tools, right? So I think it's, and that it's definitely, I'm thinking, like you said, 2013, that's when I was with Domino at the time and like literally just doing the first data science, whatever tool. Then it was a data science platform. Now it's an ML ops platform. So I feel like there's definitely a lot of, the shift in the way things are called, but I think the tools themselves remain the same. So, but yeah, it's really exciting time. And it's been really, really great to talk with you today, Kyle. And I learned a lot about data availability and the challenges that organizations face. And we're really excited to learn more about that at DrakeCon on December 7th. And check out the event link in the comments section. And we'll see you again back next Thursday. Have a great weekend. And thanks again, Kyle.
Thanks for having me on, Anna.
Bye.